Hey guys, welcome back to another bike shop opening with MTB Shed. Please subscribe. We are trying to get up to 1,000 so we can give away a full suspension mountain bike. We'll be going through our weekly order, basically just seeing maybe some of the more common items that come in or anything else that caught our eye that we brought in for our customers here in our retail location in St. Louis, Missouri, located right by St. Louis, or Six Flags St. Louis. But you can always go on mtbshed.com. order things, we can ship them to you, so please browse around there for any of your bike needs. I'll jump right into it. I'm in a little bit of a rush this morning. I've got a phone call with a vendor known as a little bit of a bully, but it'll be a 4-on-1 situation with me, so that should be fun. Maybe you guys will hear more about that here in the future, but for now we'll stick with the openings. We'll kind of go through the products that are coming into the shop still. So first off, this is a fun one. This is the Muc Off disc brake cleaner. So this is a newer product from Muc Off, the first I've really seen of it. The disc brake cleaner from Muc Off. We love Muc Off products, obviously. If you guys look over, there's Linda. She's in the bottom right corner. She is our shop dog. She's here every day, so if you do come visit us in person, you can say hello to her. She's in front of our giant Muc Off display. We really love everything from Muc Off. As you'll see, we'll kind of start with some Muc Off stuff here at the beginning of the order, but yeah, we'll run through that. So with the disc brake cleaner, essentially how this is going to work, you'll spray it, you'll apply it over your rotors, you'll spray it over your pads, you'll let it dry, and then you'll just wipe it all right back off. So really cool product. It is safe for paint. If you get it on anything else, you're fine. I would obviously stay away from anytime we're applying any type of cleaner or agent or chemicals on our bike. We want to keep them away from any bearings. So you know, the hubs, the bottom bracket, the headset, depending on where you're at. Stay away from those things. But yeah, the disc brake cleaner, really cool product from Muc Off. The disc brake cleaner, you just spray it on, let it dry, and then wipe it all back off. So really neat. I haven't used this yet. Obviously, it's a newer product. We just got it in. But Muc Off has a track record of doing really great stuff, so I'm happy with that. This is the Muc Off Waterless Wash. So another really cool product from Muc Off is the waterless. The reason this is so neat, it actually encapsulates the dirt. So you'll spray it onto your bike. You'll avoid your rotors this time. You do not want to get this stuff on your rotors. If you do, jump in with the disc brake clean before you end up squeezing those pads, get that residue back off. But anyhow, the waterless is actually going to encapsulate around the dirt itself and pull it up off the surface. You're not scratching things. It's also going to help it stay cleaner a little bit longer. Muc Off offers a lot of really good cleaning products. This one smells amazing, so use that. You should be wiping down your bike between every ride. Main reason being is you're going to notice if something's is wrong with the bike, if there's a loose bolt, if something's out of adjustment. If you're not wiping down your bike between every single ride, you're not going to notice those types of things. I also recommend cleaning your chain. We're mountain biking, especially here in the summertime in St. Louis. It gets a little bit dusty, so you know, lubricating your chain between every ride, maybe not 100% necessary, but I do think it's a good idea to do. Linda, do you think that's a good idea? And she's got no response for us. So moving on, we got a lot of, you know, just a kind of refill for the Muc Off station there behind Linda. I wonder if we can give you a bigger look at that. Nah, I don't got much of it in view. So we'll just stay tight on Linda for you guys. Either or, Muc Off's definitely one of our favorite companies here at the shop. They make really good quality products, so we like that. Muc Off valve stems. So something to note about the Muc Off valve stems, if you guys look closely, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see that with the packaging on here, but you can see those kind of little ridges down at the bottom. That's going to allow these to actually work with cush core and your tire inserts. So a lot of folks are running inserts. They also have different grommets here for different rim shapes, and then this cap here has a valve core tool on it. So those are all really cool. If you do get a nice set of anodized valve stems, you can always replace the cores in them, and they give you a little cap to help you do that. So this works again with cush core and your tire inserts because of how the kind of castle design on the bottom of these valve stems, which you guys can see there. So pretty cool. Muc Off again makes good quality stuff. This is the Muc Off wet lube. So probably one of the best wet lubes I've come across on the market. This stuff, you apply a drop to every single connection point on your chain. So on the rollers is all we're really trying to lube there. Clean your chain first, then you can apply that on there and wipe it all right back off. And it'll help you even if you're going through, if you're riding in wet conditions, or maybe you have a creek crossing or something along your route when you ride. This is going to help that lubrication actually stay on the chain. Your drivetrain is going to be a lot quieter. It's going to run a lot better. So first thing we do before we adjust the drivetrain is we lube it, we clean and lube it. We can't adjust a drivetrain without a clean lube chain. You cannot have a properly functioning drivetrain without a clean lube chain. So that goes for even if you do it, if you use like a dry lube and you go through a creek crossing, you may lose all that lube and you're going to hear your drivetrain get really loud come that time. So keep your drivetrain clean and lubed. It's very important. So that's the wet. It's nice if, like I said, if you're going to ride in wet conditions or if you have creek crossing along the way. This is Muc Off all weather. I have not used this yet. I'm not sure if this is how new this product is, but they say it's all weather, so we brought it in. Maybe for that ride that's going to be dry and dusty, but have the creek crossing. I don't have any experience with this stuff yet. First time we're bringing it in, so can't really help you out too much there. But again, clean your drivetrain, lube on every single roller, and then wipe it all right back off, and you should be good to go. Let's see, more disc brake clean. Linda got herself reorganized over there. 2 Lindas on the screen. Let's see, more lube. I'm digging around. You guys take a look at Linda. So yeah, the next thing we've got here is the ODI Road Grip. So again, very popular. It's not the bonus pack, so it doesn't have double lock-ons here, but very popular grip. Everybody wants these. These are one of the fatter grips you can get without having to go to a foam. The Rogues, kind of with this design here, really kind of adds some suspension to the design. And like I said, these are a single lock-on with these Rogues, so not the bonus pack. You can get them in a bonus pack with double lock-ons. These come in a variety of colors. The bonus packs, I'm not sure if you can get them in anything more than just green or black, but the Rogues, the standard Rogues, are going to come in a variety of colors. This is the Stamp 2 alloy pedal, double up external seal, adjustable traction pins, die-cast aluminum body, chromoly steel spindle, I-gust bearing, double cartridge bearing. So a couple bearings in there, which is nice. And you know, these come in a variety of sizes. You can get small, large. I get the smalls. Yeah, just something cheap. We can offer the customer a $100 alloy pedal, so that's nice for our customers. On the last opening, I'll show you guys a little bit of a close-up on that one. Sorry. So something to keep in mind, or something to look at with pedals before we move on, is these middle ones. These really lock your foot in. So some people like it, some people don't. You can always remove any of these pins. So if you feel like your pedal's too sticky, feel free to remove some pins, lower them. You know, maybe you put the middle ones a little bit lower so they're not really grabbing unless you're pushing into your pedal. So I would probably lower these 2 guys. Yeah, I mean, experiment with it. They are adjustable, so adjust. All right, torque wrench. Again, if you're wiping down your bike on every ride, you'll also realize like, oh, something's loose. While just tightening it up to whatever you feel like is probably not the best idea, especially on a mountain bike. There's so many vibrations. We're really pushing our bikes to the limits. So you need to have torque wrenches, something accurate. Park tool, you need both the smaller and the larger. This guy goes from 10 to 60 Newton meters. So all your suspension stuff, you know, probably most of your 5 mils and bigger. You know, as far as your cockpit, anything with like a 4 mil bolt or smaller, or a 4 mil Allen on there, those are going to need less pressure. So maybe those are going to max out like 8 Newton meters probably. So you'll need the 2 to 14 torque wrench as well from Park. So pretty cool. Comes in a nice hard plastic box. Everybody loves that. I'm not going to open this guy up. I think you guys, I mean, it looks like a torque wrench. when you reset those things, reset them to, oops, sorry, I didn't have you guys on the screen, but yeah, nice plastic case. When you're done using your torque wrench, reset it to the lowest setting. Don't back it all the way down. You just want to go to the lowest setting. So since this goes 10 to 60, I would just lower it back down to 10. It could continue to go roll past 10 and, there's no marking there, but maybe what would be 5 Newton meters or something, but that's not good for the tool either. So what we do want to do is just go to the lowest reading. If you read the little manual booklet in there, it'll have that. All right, looks like just service stuff to wrap up here. So we've got a GX Eagle cassette. So this is nice. If you have an NX or an SX, upgrade your stuff slowly to GX. Cassette's a good part of that. You need an XD driver though. So if you're running an NX drivetrain, if you're running an SX drivetrain, look at the cassette. If you have an NX cassette or maybe a different brand, it's very possible you have a standard HG driver on there. This GX cassette's not going to work with that. You need an XD driver. So if you are upgrading your cassette to a GX, it has to be XD. If you have an NX setup, you may not have XD, and you probably don't. So pull your cassette off first before ordering things. Look and see, or bring it by your local bike shop. We can look. I think it's like, the cassette, the NX cassette with the HG bodies, like SG or something, 1230. So the 1230 is the NX, which is probably going to be on an HG body. But again, pull that cassette off and actually take a look and see. The HGs are going to have kind of the long line slots. You got to line up and put them down. The XD will have a little threaded bit on the bottom. So you'll be able to tell the difference there. These are kickstands. Kickstands are cool. Kickstands, these are just center mount. A lot of mountain bikes aren't going to have a center mount. We don't really recommend the ones that you strap onto the chainstays, so try to stay away from those. But we cut these down to size for our customers, so if you get a kickstand, you should be cutting it down to the proper size for your bike. Typically to measure it, maybe the easiest way to measure your kickstand is to measure the distance from where the kickstand's mounting to the ground when the bike's standing straight up. And then that way, when you actually mount the kickstand, since it's angled, it'll be at a good lean there. So that's a good place to start if you're looking at how it should be. And I don't know what the degree is as far as the proper length of a kickstand, but it shouldn't be leaned too far over or the other way. I mean, if it's too tall, it'll push over and fall to the right. If it's too short, then it'll pivot on that and actually fall forward and to the left. So don't have it too short, don't have it too long. Once we cut those, we grind them down. We'll put a little rubber cap on them. This is a 5-speed shifter. Interestingly enough, we did this in the last opening. We ordered it in for a customer. This is from Sram. It's an MRX. The last one we ordered in was non-functional. So I had to reorder that this week. Customer's probably not super stoked about that, but unfortunately, one of those things out of our control. Spoke wrenches, if you have loose spokes on your bike, it's pretty dangerous to just start tightening them up. Wheels rely on proper tension, equal tension on a lot of different spokes. There's radial trueness, lateral trueness, there's dish. So if you have a bunch of loose spokes on your bike, you need to get to a local bike shop, have a mechanic take a look and re-true that wheel up. Wheels need to be trued every so often. Every time your wheel goes around, those spokes loosen a little bit each time. So there is thread prep, things that are supposed to hold that in place. But over time, that happens. So depending on how hard you ride, how much you're asking of your wheels, you need to do that. Or like I said, just putting miles on, because every rotation, there's a compression and a stretching of those spokes, and that backs off those nipples. So get your wheel trued regularly. If it's to the point where you've got loose spokes, you've got major issues, and you need to have somebody look at it to make sure that wheel's still properly in shape. If you just go and start tightening stuff up, then you're going to continue to see issues. You might end up with some broken spokes down the road. So, and those aren't really going to show for the first few rides. So you're going to think you did a good job, and then like 3 months later, you're like, why do my spokes keep breaking? So, yeah, if you have spoke issues, take it into your local shop. Linda is still sleeping. Not super stoked on that. So these are rotors, 180s. Again, just kind of, most bikes are coming with 180 mil rotors now. We don't see a ton of 160s, so we seem to get those in a lot. And then, we are doing a hydraulic brake upgrade. So we've got a customer who bought an electric e-bike, and it has mechanical brakes, so we are putting Shimano hydraulic brakes on for them. Since we're switching from the Tetra mechanicals, we're putting a new caliper on from Shimano. We need to have a matching Shimano adapter for the fork and for the rear chainstay. So don't use, it's not a good idea to mix and match between brands. You will crack those calipers and stuff. So there is a reason why Shimano sells their brake mount adapters. There's a reason why Magura sells their own, and TRP. You need to use the brand that goes with the brand that you have. So that is it. Yeah. We'll wrap this up. Check out our weekly episodes that come out every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when YouTube wants to upload them. And then we put out content like this throughout. Here soon, we'll probably start getting into recapping as we get back to normal, kind of how things went the last 3 years. So keep an eye out for that as well. We hope to enlighten you guys. I don't see a lot of information out there on kind of what bike shops go through on a regular basis. These openings are part of that, kind of showing you what our thought process is from what the stuff we bring in. I have an inability to lie or not say what's on my mind, so you guys always get honest feedback from me. So subscribe, that helps us out a ton. Go find us on social. We do monthly giveaways, as you can see behind me, but just by sharing posts and things like that, you can be eligible to win. So check it all out. Thanks, guys.